We do have 5 pages from Hippler, and then I also have my love letter from the FBI. And I can't sing, but I did make up a song for that. So you'll get that today too. Aren't you guys so excited that you get my brainworms? I'm going to give all of my brainworms to you. So, love letter from the FBI. We've got a love letter from Hippler. Today's a good day. Know what I mean? Tammy, hello. Good to see you. So, debating. Which one shall I do first? Not sure. Janet, hello. You're so stoked to catch the live? Well, thank you. I'm so stoked you're here. Welcome on in. I'm glad you caught a live as well. Janet Jones. Love the name Janet. It's Janet. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Nasty. Nasty bubbles. Lucy, beep beep. Beepity beep 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 beep. Good morning, Lucy. Hello, darling. Well, it's afternoon. But you know, morning, afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I know where you are, Lucy. I hope you're feeling better. So, let's see what we're going to get into first. I'm thinking maybe we're going to do love letters from the FBI. Love letters from the FBI. I got love letters from the FBI. That's the best I can give you in my best boy band. Okay, that's what we're going to do first. Love letters from the FBI. What do you think? Let's do a love letter from the FBI. Basically telling me to go fuck myself and all the reasons why I should go fuck myself, right? That's what we're going to get into today. My love letter from the FBI. Sorry you had to hear that singing, but as soon as I got the letter, like as soon as I got the response, that was the song that my brain made up in my own brain. Love letters from the FBI, right? It just has a ring to it. So you got to hear that brain worm that came into my brain, right? Because that's the song that my brain made up when I read it. So now you get to have that. And it'll be in your brain too for the rest of the day. Okay? For the rest of the day. Love letters from the FBI. Okay? That's what we got today. Brain worms. So I'll share that with you first. It is literally a letter from the FBI telling us all to go fuck ourselves and all the reasons why we can go fuck ourselves. So, let me find that for you. It's funsies. Where is it? Is it that one? It's that one. All right. So, obviously, I've redacted my information. I'm trying to keep an eye on chat in the corner of my eye on my phone. So, welcome on in, everybody. Thank you for being here. Hope you're having an awesome day. Don't forget to thumbs it up, thumbs it down on your way in. Follow your heart. And as always, do not listen to anything I say. There are no facts here. I'm not here to teach you anything or educate you. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not law enforcement. I'm nobody. I'm just some snarky bitch on the internet who likes to read docs. So always read everything yourself and come to your own conclusions. You know what I mean? Let's read our love letter. As you can see, I've redacted my information. It's from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. It has my FOIPA number here. As you can see, the only person I have requested information on is Brian Christopher Kohberger. So when they get into their responses as to why I can go fuck myself and they can't give me that information, it's pretty interesting because I didn't ask for anything other than shit on him. So let's see. Dear Redacted, that would be me. This letter is in response to your Freedom of Information Act request. The material responsive to your request is being withheld in full pursuant to Title 5, U.S. Code 552, subsections B6, B7C, and B7A. Therefore, your request is being closed. The records on third-party individuals you requested are categorically denied pursuant to FOIA exemptions B6 and B7C. Please be advised that you have not sufficiently demonstrated that the public's interest in disclosure relating to the operations and activities of the government outweigh the personal privacy interests of an individual. While the existence of FBI records is acknowledged, the records are exempt from disclosure, as processing these third-party records would constitute an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. Sidebar, I didn't request information on third-party individuals, feds. I only asked for information on Brian. I only asked for information on him. I only asked to see the dollars that the Fed spent investigating, right? I only wanted to see what you guys spent to investigate the case since you were acting as an agent of the state. And, whatever reports and narratives and supplementals you wrote up regarding the things you did in the investigation. That's all I asked for. I didn't ask for shit on a third-party individual. Just wanted to throw that in there. They're telling me that the records on third-party individuals that I requested are categorically denied. I didn't request third-party records in my FOIA. So, just wanted to clarify that. Next, additionally, the material that you requested is located in an investigative file, which is exempt from disclosure pursuant to 5 U.S.C. blah, 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 blah. Exempts from disclosure are records or information compiled for law enforcement purposes, but only to the extent that the production of such law enforcement records or information could reasonably be expected to interfere with enforcement proceedings. The records responsive to your request are law enforcement records. There is a pending or prospective law enforcement proceeding relevant to those responsive records, and release of that information could reasonably be expected to interfere with enforcement proceedings. Okay. Pending and prospective law enforcement proceeding. Bro, he pled. What do you mean, pending? There's nothing pending. This shit is marked as case closed on Idaho's own website. It says there is a pending or prospective law enforcement proceeding relevant to these responsive records, which is why they can't give them to me, because it would interfere with enforcement proceedings. So, and then it says, please read the enclosed FBI FOIPA addendum for additional standard responses. Okay. We have part 1 of the addendum, part 2, part 3. These are your standard responses, allegedly, that they give you. Here we go, blah, blah, blah. Sincerely, record information dissemination section, blah, blah, blah. And then where is it? As we get down here, you'll see. So, as referenced in our letter responding to your Freedom of Information Privacy Act request, the FBI FOIPA addendum provides information applicable to your request. Part 1 of the addendum includes standard responses that apply to all requests. Part 2 includes standard responses that apply to requests for records about individuals to the extent your request seeks the listed information. So, to the extent that my request lists the the requested information, part 2, part 2. Here we go. I said, fuck my life. I made a whole video, right, about WITSEC. You fucking crazy people talking about Brian's in WITSEC on a tropical island somewhere. Okay, I'm the bigger person. I can say I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But in part two here, this is one of the reasons that they list. Okay, the three reasons that they list for their standard responses. They're saying part one of the addendum includes standard responses that apply to all requests. Part two includes standard responses that apply to requests for records about individuals to the extent your request seeks that listed information. Well, part two is requests for records about any individual on a watch list. The FBI can neither confirm or deny the existence of any individual's name on a watch list pursuant to FOIA exemption B7E. Okay. This is a standard response and should not be read to indicate that the watch list records do or do not exist, meaning we can't confirm or deny shit. Go fuck yourself. But these are the three reasons they give me. The second one, requests for records about any individual, witness, security, program records. That's your WITSEC. I'm sorry for everybody that I said, look, I'm not going to say that I take it back because I don't take it back. I don't believe Brian's in WITSEC, but the FBI is literally telling me one of the reasons applicable to my request here in part two. These are the three that they gave me. And one of them has to do with WITSEC. And as soon as I read it, I said, fuck, damn it. Now I have to be like, okay, well, I guess maybe there's some slim, small chance someone here is in WITSEC. But as far as I know, I have not requested anything for anybody on a watch list. Okay. I have not requested third party anything. The only fucking person I asked for information on was Kohberger. I didn't put in anybody else's name that I was trying to get information on. As far as I know, Brian Kohberger isn't on a watch list. As far as I know, Brian Kohberger isn't in WITSEC. And then their third reason is requests for confidential informant records. The FBI can neither confirm or deny the existence of confidential informant records. Okay, I didn't ask for them. As far as I know, I did not ask for records pertaining to a confidential informant. I'm like, what do you mean? Because I did, as far as I know, I didn't ask for any of that. I never mentioned confidential informant. I never mentioned WITSEC. I never mentioned a watch list. I literally just asked for the stuff that's, it's stuff we already know they did too. It's on the court record. It's in the court record. I literally asked for shit that's already on the public court record, So it's just, information regarding subpoenas, supplemental reports, what they spent investigating the case. Like, how much did it cost the FBI to track this motherfucker for weeks across the country and shit, We have a right to know how much it cost, what they spent. And they're telling me the reason they can't give me none of that is because, well, watch list, WITSEC, and fucking confidential informants. I said, what the fuck? The three things that I'm like, yeah, no. The three things that I'm like, it's a very slim chance. This is what they're telling me, part two. But these are their standard responses, okay? And they want to make that clear, by the way. These are just standard responses. Don't take it to mean, see, it exists, Annie. Don't do that, Annie. Don't just assume, okay? I'm not stupid. If it's already in the public record, Jeff Nye is on fucking TV telling everybody what the FBI did with the IGG. Jeff Nye is talking about it. Cough it up, FBI. Jeff Nye is already out there giving you guys all your praise and jerking you off about the excellent work your IGG shit did. He's saying your IGG work is what solved the fucking case. And yet you don't want to release any of it? Excuse me? So anyways, what do I know? I don't know shit. I'm just some snarky bitch on the internet who was hoping that I could at least get something from the FBI saying, yeah, that, we spent this amount of dollars, we utilized this resource, that resource, and here's some reports on what we found. They had no problem coughing it up in Richard Allen. The feds come forward in Richard Allen with this whole assessment you get this whole FBI assessment that it was ritualistic, odinous, sacrificial cult killing. Okay. And it's the feds putting out that assessment, but we can't even get a couple of fucking reports. We can't even get a couple of supplemental reports about what you did here and what it cost. Come on now. Come on now. I've never asked for any records about anyone on a watch list that I know of. As far as I know, that's not what I asked for. As far as I know, I never asked for any records pertaining to any individual that's in WITSEC. I don't think I did that. And as far as I know, I absolutely didn't request any information on a confidential informant. So, you know, I'm not exactly sure why, but I just wanted you guys to see that, they let me know that part 2 here is what pertains to what I asked for. Part 1 is just your standard responses. And then part 3 includes general information about FBI records, searches, and programs. And then when you get down to part 3, it talks about like FBI records, how, let's see, the CRS it's their central record system. It's an extensive system of records consisting of applicant, investigative, intelligence, personnel, administrative, and general files compiled by the FBI per its law enforcement, intelligence, and administrative functions. The CRS spans the entire FBI organization, comprising records of FBI headquarters, FBI field offices, and FBI legal attaché offices worldwide. Electronic surveillance records are included in the CRS. The standard search policy is a search for main entity records in the CRS. Unless specifically requested, a standard search does not include a search for reference entity records, administrative records, or previous FOIPA requests, or civil litigation files. So they have like their main entity records, which is created for individuals or non-individuals who are the subjects or the focus of an investigation. Then you have reference entity records created for individuals or non-individuals who are associated with the case but are not known subjects or the focus of the investigation. Then they have the foreseeable harm standard. As amended in 2016, the Freedom of Information Act provides that a federal agency may withhold responsive records only if, 1, the agency reasonably foresees that disclosure would harm an interest protected by one of the 9 exemptions that FOIA enumerates, or 2, disclosure is prohibited by law, Article 5, U.S. Section 552, A8AI. The FBI considers this foreseeable harm standard in the processing of its requests. Foreseeable harm. Okay. Foreseeable harm. So I just think it's interesting. They're basically telling me right here, by the way, so part 1 is standard. Part 2, this is going to include standard responses that apply to the request for records about individuals to the extent it's what your request is seeking. So according to them, my request is seeking individual information regarding someone on a watch list, regarding someone in WITSEC, and regarding a confidential informant, which I requested none of those things. I requested none of these things. I did not. I literally only put in his name. That's it. Only him. Only him. So, fuck my life. I mean, I guess maybe I guess maybe he could be in WITSEC and I don't know what to say at this point. I don't even know what to say. I kind of would rather fucking jab my own eyeball out than actually let the words come out of my face. You know what I mean? So I'm going to have a hard time with it. Okay. I'm going to have a hard time with it. It's just interesting to me. Intelligence records. They're claiming that I'm asking for fucking intelligence records. To the extent your request seeks records of intelligence sources, methods, or activities, the mere acknowledgement of the existence or non-existence of such records is itself a classified fact protected by FOIA. and or would reveal intelligence sources, methods, or activities protected by exemption. What? What? Excuse me? The mere acknowledgement of the existence or non existence of such records is itself a classified fact. Are you fucking shitting me, guys? Come on, feds. Stop it. You guys literally came out with an entire assessment accusing Odinist police of killing two young girls, claiming that they did it as a ritual sacrifice. But you are now trying to say that, hey, we can't even, just acknowledging the existence or non-existence in and of itself is a classified fact of these records really pertaining to Kohberger. Huh? What? So I don't understand. Like, this is the question I have for the FBI. I don't understand what you guys are doing, because you've got the entirety of the fucking state's team praising you guys for what an amazing job you did. And basically, your shit is what solved the case, feds. They're giving you all the credit. Why don't you want the credit? Why don't you want to cough this shit up? Why do you just want to show your work? What's the problem? Case is closed. He pled. He's already been sentenced. And even the state, Jeff Nye, is saying your IGG work solved the case. It was crucial. Crucial. So I don't understand. Nothing I'm asking for has anything to do with intelligence records, right? It would reveal intelligence sources, methods, or activities. Do you mean like backdooring DNA databases that law enforcement's barred from? Is that the kind of thing it would reveal? Right? I mean, it's just questions. It's just questions. Intelligence records, huh? Seeks records of intelligence sources, methods, or activities. I mean, the only thing I asked for was what they did in the IGG. So if me asking for what you did in the IGG is disclosing intelligence sources, methods, or activities, I mean, the only thing I could think of here is the databases that you access that you're barred from, right? Or were you also accessing other things that you shouldn't have been accessing without a warrant?